Hey everyone, I'm Jennifer Anderson, Superstar Director of Radiant Rockstars. It's Tuesday night, my favorite night of the week, where I get to spend it with all of you. Cheers to an amazing day as Radiant Rockstars today. Yesterday, we reached $1 million in sales for this month, and it's like, I don't even know what to say. It's so good. So this business is awesome. This month is insane, and there's a lot of good things happening. But tonight we're talking about overcoming objections, and I want to just let you know that objections are part of this business. It's part of the deal. When you sell anything, you're going to encounter objections. When you are in any business of any kind, you're going to have someone who's got an objection to either what you're offering them or to your product or your business model. Has anyone ever been told no? Yep, all the hands, all the nods. A no is an objection. When someone says like, not for me, it's an objection. When someone says like, I have too much, or I'm too busy, or I don't have the money, or I can't afford it. These are all different objections. And basically, I feel like objections are kind of good in a way because they help us understand what our customers want. They help us better understand what our customers need. When customers give us objections, they're letting us know where maybe a gap is in our offering to them. So when we offer products or business opportunities or the chance to host a party and a customer gives us an objection, they're helping us grow our own skills of how to get that information across better the next time we offer. Does that make sense? So when a customer says like, I can't afford this, or I'm too busy, what that tells you is you are missing covering that information when you offer it the first time. I'm not saying this is not a license to word vomit, okay, the next time that you cover all the things, but there are very simple ways for you to be able to cover these topics or cover these objections so that people's mind can't even go there. You can kind of eliminate that objection from ever even happening. The next time you offer the upsell or the party or the opportunity, or when you're doing follow-up. The other thing that I want to say about objections is that so often we project our own objections or our own ideas onto our customers, knowingly and unknowingly. And one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is assuming that someone has an objection or creating an objection for someone by improperly sharing information or sharing it in a way that you make them feel awkward or make them feel like, oh, I don't want to pay for shipping. You're right. Okay. That can be eliminated by the way you present what you're offering and or showing them how much value our products, our business opportunity, or hosting brings to their life. When a customer finds value in what you're offering, they're not going to give two poops about paying $8 in shipping. If they don't see the value in it, shipping is going to be an objection. Or if you see shipping as a problem, then guess who else is going to see shipping as a problem? Your customers. It really does start with you. Okay. So these are important principles, I think, to note when you're talking to customers, talking about people, or sharing the opportunity to host, sharing the opportunity to start a business with people. We have to make sure that we're not projecting our ideas, our thoughts, or things that we've heard other customers say onto new customers. Okay, that's called bias. And that's not fair for us to do that to a customer, right? When we talk about recruiting a lot, we talk about, don't make up someone's mind for them or don't make that choice for them. You've maybe heard me say that kind of idea before where we say, don't shy away from offering because you have made the choice for the customer that they wouldn't be interested. Well, we do that all the time. When we're selling or offering as well, we're projecting our own thoughts or experiences we've had onto people. So what I want you to do is sort of do a self-eval and recognize in your own convos or think about maybe times when objections have come up for you. And if you can think about the way you offered or the way you presented, that you might have created that objection for someone, or you could have maybe brought that out in conversation when it wasn't even necessarily a thing before. So what I want to do is I asked you guys a few hours ago, what were some objections that you have encountered in your business, both with sales and presenting the joint opportunity. And so what I kind of want to do is just go through them and tell you how I either handle those or how I overcome them or what I say. And also would love to hear from you if you have an idea that's different from mine, or a way that you overcome that in maybe a way that I didn't cover. So feel free to use the chat box for that. So we're going to dive right in with joining and objections people have over joining. One of the biggest ones people say is, I don't have the money. Right? Anyone ever heard that before? Like, I can't afford it, or $99 is too much. So we have some very, very simple ways to overcome that. And that is by hosting a party and either getting the host exclusive kit for $59, or at a minimum, okay, or excuse me, at a maximum, when someone hosts a party and gets a host exclusive kit, the most they will pay is $39 for that. Because a $200 party gives them $20 in host credit, and you take that off of the $59 host exclusive kit, the most they will pay is $39. Everybody got 39 bucks. They just gotta skip going out to eat or stop going to Starbucks for a week, right? Or some of these kinds of things. So when people say I don't have the money, like, that's immediately where my brain goes, and I start talking about host exclusive kit, or let's do a party, or because, I mean, they can even join for free. I just closed a $580 party, and my host could have joined for free. It would have cost her $0, and I had offered to flip the party to her. She would have made all this commission and joined for free and all the things, and she said no, which is fine, okay? Because hear me, people do say no, and that's okay too. But I presented it in the best light for her, right? But when people say I don't have the money, that's exactly where I go, is hosting parties. When people say I don't know that many people, or I don't know enough people, or I don't have anyone to sell to, have you guys ever heard that before? A couple people. Honestly, what I do with that is I share my own personal story of how I started my Scentsy business, which was, I was brand new to the Roanoke, Virginia area. My husband was pretty much the only person that I knew. And I started this business with the intent of meeting new people. It forced me out of my comfort zone and forced me to meet new people. But what I also do is I say, okay, like, do you have a hairdresser? Do you have a nail lady? Do you go to the dry cleaning? Do you have a barista at Starbucks? Do you see people at Target? What about your neighbors? What about your kids? Friends from your kids, right? So you can do all these things. You can help them start a Frankie list. We've talked about Frankie before. Friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, people on the internet. And did I miss one? Kids, family people, like kids, you know, your kids are friends and their parents or whatever. People from the internet, extraordinary people. So I help them start a Frankie list, and I'm like, all right, let me help show you that you really do know a lot of people. Okay, so there's that opportunity. People say I don't have the time. This is a big one. Okay, do you guys hear this a lot? I think especially like in the world we live in now, like, we're very busy people. Okay, even with COVID and, like, you know, it forced us to kind of slow down a little bit, but people are still living their lives, doing their things. And now people have maybe teaching their kids on top of other responsibilities, or they have a full-time job. When people say I don't have the time, honestly, the best thing you can do is share your own personal story. Okay? Because how many of you also have kids? Okay? How many of you have a job outside of Scentsy? Okay? How many of you have hobbies outside of Scentsy that require your time? How many of you go to the gym? How many of you go to church? Okay, so do you see all these things that you have in your own life that require your time outside of Scentsy, and you still make your business work somehow? Your own story is the most powerful tool that you have. So when someone has an objection, like I don't have the time, here's the first thing that you're going to do. You're going to affirm what they're saying and tell them like, you're right. I totally get it. We're busy. Okay. You're going to affirm their feelings because they need to know that you see them and you hear them and you know that their feelings matter. And that's like a real valid concern. But then you're going to say, I get it. Like, I totally understand. I know our lives are so busy, right? You know, I'm actually really, really busy. I have a full-time job. I have kids. I'm in school. I work 80 hours a week. I go to the gym. I'm planning a wedding, all the things. And I'm able to do Scentsy in my spare time. And I really, really love it. It's been so fun. Okay. You're going to talk about doing Scentsy in your spare time. You're going to talk about how it works for you because your own personal story is going to resonate with people more than you saying, oh, guess what? My upline does this or my downline does that, right? Your own personal story is going to be the most important thing. We're all busy. We're all busy. I also want to tell you this. Sometimes people just don't want to join. And so they will say things like, I'm too busy or I don't have money just because they want to like an exit out of the conversation, right? You have to be willing to read people to know when that's happening, because if you push when they're just trying to get out of the conversation, all that's going to do is leave a bad taste in their mouth, and they're probably not going to want to come back and have a combo with you or even purchase from you or ever do a party with you, right? So you have to be willing to read people too and know when it's too much or when is it okay to just when is it okay to kind of share the truth with them, right? The truth in love, I always say. Always share the truth in love. You never want to come across as bossy or like a know-it-all or like they're wrong, right? You never make a customer or a host or a potential teammate feel wrong. That would be the worst thing you could ever do. Don't make someone feel like they're wrong, okay? You can lovingly educate them by one, identifying and affirming and recognizing their genuine concern. Two, sympathizing. And then three, share how you overcome that. Because whatever objections they have, you probably also have those same objections in your life or thought those things before you joined. And that very simple process there, affirm, see them. Hey, I see you. I get it. You're valid. Two, I sympathize with you. I understand how tough that can be. Three, here's how I overcame that, or here's what I did in my journey. I think that's one of the best ways to overcome any objection that you find, because you probably have or had those same things. So sharing your own story is really, really important. There are so many consultants around here. Anybody hear that? Everyone I know is a consultant. I know 5 consultants, right? So the reality is sometimes when you're in circles of people and people aren't willing to look outside their circle of people and all they see are, I know 2 consultants or I know 3 consultants and they know all my friends. Well, businesses aren't built with your friends. They're not. You don't grow your business by selling to your friends. You grow your business by selling to strangers who become friends. Okay? So if there's too many consultants around here, then that just means like, look, you don't sell to your friends anyway. You sell to strangers. Businesses are built by selling to strangers. Okay. I'm not a people person. Anyone ever hear this one? Sometimes, yes, no. Is anyone here not a people person? Like everybody. Everybody up here not a people person. Look, sometimes people are just going to say that. Usually when people say that, that's just their way out. Okay? That just is them wanting to get out. Let me tell you this. Not everyone should be a consultant. Okay? Do I think everyone can be a consultant and anyone can be successful at this? 100%, or else I wouldn't be in this business. But not everyone should be a consultant. Because you need hosts and you need customers. You need both of these things in order to have a successful business. Not everyone should be a consultant. So when people are trying to get out of a conversation, or they're giving me excuses that I know are just really excuses. They're not valid objections. They're just trying to exit. I'm going to say, it's okay. Honestly, I'm going to go on to the next person sometimes. When people say things like, I'm not a people person, I literally really don't know many people that use that as a valid excuse. That's usually a smokescreen for, I just want out of this conversation, or I just don't want to join. And that's okay too. Okay. So it's a scam. Does anyone hear this? It's a scam or a pyramid scheme. Okay. This might shock you, but when people say that to me, I just roll on and go to the next person. Okay. There are always going to be people who are uneducated about direct sales and multi-level marketing. And they're going to stay uneducated about direct sales and multi-level marketing because that's what they want. When they say it's a scam or it's a pyramid scheme, they're literally uneducated, because a pyramid scheme involves people getting paid bonuses for recruiting people and not moving products. That's what a pyramid scheme actually is. Do we get any money when someone joins our team? No, we do not. Do we get paid bonuses for people joining? Do we get incentive points for people joining? Nope. We are not a pyramid scheme. Also, we have an actual product, right? Often pyramid schemes use ideas or like investments and not actual products. So these are all like telltale signs of a pyramid scheme. That's not what we do. We know it's not a scam because we have actual paychecks that we pay our bills with, and we make money, and we sell Scentsy, and we have this beautiful community, and we know it's not a scam. But I'm just going to be honest with you. Most people who have that idea in their mind, they just want to live there. So I let them live there because there are plenty of other people who want what you're offering. There are plenty of other people in the world who want what you have. So don't waste your time spinning your wheels and getting frustrated over people who are uneducated and are choosing to stay that way, because on a simple Google search, they would find that Scentsy is not a pyramid scheme or a scam. With a simple Google search and real, true information. So honestly, I let those people go. Okay. Another one is my so-and-so I know used to sell it and they didn't do well. Anyone hear this? Or they've seen someone do it and fail or whatever. Honestly, with those people, I just say, yeah, but you're not them. Pretty simple. Yeah, but you're not them. So that's usually where I kind of take that conversation, and I let them know, like, each business is their own deal. Like, you don't have to be like that. It's all about choices, right? Again, make sure you're not bossy or making someone feel like it's wrong, like they're doing anything wrong. Okay. So we talked about, okay, how about I'm not a salesperson? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know a lot of Scentsy consultants who will say, oh, but I'm not a salesperson either. I just am a share person. I just share Scentsy. I don't sell it. How many of you have ever said that? Anybody? Yeah. Do you know what happens when you say that? You look real cheesy, okay? You look real cheese. And I'm only saying that because I love you and I'm trying to help you. Don't say things like, I'm a share person, because that just sounds weird. And people who are thinking I'm not a salesperson, they just see right through that. They're like, okay, but you still are selling products. I want you, first of all, not to be afraid of being a salesperson. There's nothing wrong with being a salesperson. Okay? Salespeople are the ones who make money in the world, just FYI. Sales is where all the money is. Hello. Don't be afraid of being a salesperson. But when people say things like, I'm not a salesperson, you just say, like, look, when I joined Scentsy, I wasn't either, but we have amazing training and now I feel like I know what I'm doing. Doesn't that sound better than I'm a share person? Doesn't that sound better? Hey, guess what? So what are you doing? What are you doing there? Affirming their legitimate concern, okay? You are affirming their concern, you are sympathizing with how they feel, and then you're sharing with them how you overcame that as well. Because did any of you think that before you joined? Like, I'm not a salesperson. Did any of you think that before you joined? Or when you joined? Yeah, probably most of you, okay? Make sure you're being honest no matter what. Like, if it wasn't an actual concern for you, then that's totally different. But most people have that thought or that feeling about selling. Honesty is going to be your best policy for sure. But you probably felt like, I wasn't a salesperson. You say, that's okay. I wasn't either, but we have amazing training. And now I feel like I really know what I'm doing. I would like to encourage you to stay away from the phrase of, oh, it's okay, it sells itself. I want to encourage you to stay away from that phrase. And here's why. Are our products amazing and people want them? 100%. No doubt. And yes, when people try our stuff, they want it, right? I know that's what you're trying to say when you say it sells itself, but when you tell someone who's not in Scentsy, hey, this product sells itself, you're already setting the tone for them that they don't have to do any work. And do you see how that could make for a poor experience when someone joins? Then they join and they're like, oh, wait, I have to have a party, or I have to like market online, or I have to, right? When you set that tone in their mind that you don't have to do anything, it sells itself, you're kind of setting them up for failure. We're not setting a right expectation for what they have to do when they join. Okay. So I want to encourage you to try and stay away from that phrase. Instead, talk about the training that we have to help you with your sales skills, and instead talk about, as a sponsor, how you will educate and help them. Talk about the product training guide, right? And all that it talks about features, advantages, benefits, things like that. Okay. Because this is not a pyramid scheme. This is not a get rich quick scheme, and they will have to work to be successful, right? Just like all of us have to work to be successful. So we want to set that expectation from the very beginning. That's really important. Okay, let's move over to the buying side of Scentsy a little bit. Objections with buying. So one thing that really shocked me, actually, in all the comments when I asked you what were some objections, was several of you said, I don't want to pay for shipping. So I'm going to be honest with you. Of my over 6,000 PRV, so I have, I don't know, 6,100 PRV or something like that. Like, I'm not kidding you, at least 5,500 of it is PWS orders. They all pay shipping. All of them. I don't have customers who say they don't want to pay for shipping. When you have customers who say they don't want to pay for shipping, I really want to challenge you in the way that you're presenting it to people, because guess what? Shipping costs money, and we pay shipping every day for all the things all over the world. And even if you think your Amazon Prime is free shipping, it's not. It costs you $129 a year. Okay? I promise you, it's not. There is no such thing as free shipping. And if someone wants to have free shipping and they're really adamant about that, I say, hey, guess what? You can host a party, and parties over $500 get free shipping. So let's work to get your party to 500. Okay. So I would do that. The other way that I would approach it is, if someone doesn't want to pay for shipping, or they're having an objection with shipping, and you genuinely didn't present that or put that onto them, the other thing I would do is say, hey, why don't you text a few friends? Because if you can get $200 in orders together, I can put it in as a party, and you actually get cheaper shipping. So party shipping on a $200 order is $10. It's 5%. Okay, $10. Your original person and all of the other guests can split that shipping cost, and maybe they pay $2-3 of shipping per person. Plus your host would now get free and half price stuff as well. Okay, that's a huge, huge way to overcome that really quickly. Don't forget free shipping on $500 parties, but also, guys, if you're like, it's $8 shipping. If it's a problem for you, it's going to be a problem for your customers. So you have to get in the right mindset where shipping is not a big deal, because honestly, shipping isn't a big deal. Have you tried to ship anything lately? Do you know how expensive it is? Okay, so I use Pirate Ship from home. And when I send 6 bars in a bubble mailer like this, do you know it costs me like $8 and change? And that's like with a 30% discount from the USPS. If I were to take this to the USPS, it would cost me over $10 to ship 6 bars in a bubble mailer. If you send like a catalog with some samples, it can cost $3 and $4 just to send that, let alone actual products. So when people are getting boxes with warmers and counter clean and washer whiffs and Scentsy bars and these things that, I mean, $8 shipping is actually pretty inexpensive, okay? Shipping is expensive and we all have to pay it. It's how it goes. So what you need to do is fix your mind to where it's not a big deal for you and relay that message to your customers through your body language, the way that you present it, the way you talk about it, and just talk matter of fact. If someone comes back at you and says, I don't want to pay shipping, you just say, it's $8 shipping. There's nothing I can do about that. You know what I mean? Like, just put it on with a smile, for real. That's what I do with my customers all the time. Okay? If you have local people, you can offer them to do porch pickup on your porch when you have a $500 order going in and you're getting free shipping, or however you want to work that. But I would really try and get a booking out of that. That's what I would do, honestly. Make sure you're checking the way that you present it. I promise you, people don't care about shipping as much as you think they do. And if you think they do, then that's where really the problem lies. That's where that objection is beginning, is the fact that you think that they care about shipping. I promise you they don't. They don't. Because we all pay for shipping all the time. I just ordered something, I ordered sweaters, I had to pay for shipping. It's how it goes. When my husband was selling cars, people would pay a transfer fee to have their cars brought over. That's shipping. You know what I mean? But the transfer fees were sometimes $500, $1,000, $2,000. They're paying for shipping. That's what it is. I mean, people pay for it all the time. So I promise you, it's not as big of a deal as you think. Okay. How about I can get wax cheaper for somewhere else? Anyone get this? Okay. So when customers come to me and say this, my first question is, so I'm not going to spew facts at them, and I'm not going to tell them you're wrong, it's actually cheaper and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say any of those things. I'm going to put the ball in their court and I say, okay, where do you get your wax from usually? Okay. Because I want them to tell me what they need to know. I say, where do you get your wax from usually? And they'll just say, oh, I just pick it up whenever I'm out. I say, okay, so like Walmart, Target, things like that. Make sure you don't just say Walmart. Make sure you also say Target, because believe it or not, okay, this might sound ridiculous, but sometimes people don't want to admit that they're buying wax at Walmart, and that it feels better to say they're buying wax at Target, okay? Because they feel fancier or they feel more cool, because for some people, honestly, I know this sounds crazy, but some people don't want to admit they're buying wax at Walmart. Okay, some people don't even want to admit they shop at Walmart. Those people, those are real, that's a real thing. So I always say, so like Walmart, Target, somewhere like that. Like I always say both, and that sounds crazy, but I always say both because I never want to make someone feel wrong or like cheap or anything like that, okay? I love Walmart, I love Target. I mean, I really love Target more, but I do shop at Walmart if I have to. I ain't scared, okay? I shop at Walmart. But some people don't want to admit that, really. So I say, okay, so you get at like Walmart, Target, and I'll say, and then I ask them this. I say, so how long does your wax usually last? And then without fail, they say, oh, not that long. So I can't smell it after an hour or two. And then I smile. And I say, do you know most of my customers change their wax once a week? And they go, what? They're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, really, once a week. Okay, that's what most of my customers do, because most of my customers use their warmers 3-4 hours a day when they're home in the evenings, and they change their wax once a week. So I let them know already our products have value. Our products have great value. So I tell them, look, to make up what you get from one Scentsy bar, you're going to have to buy like 6 or 7 bars from Walmart. do you know you're actually spending like $12 or $14 to make up what one Scentsy bar is going to give you? Okay. So when you present it in that light for people, that's a huge eye-opening moment for most people. The other thing, if someone says, oh, I buy Yankee Candle or whatever, so I say, look, one Scentsy bar is going to give you the same amount of fragrance as you get from a medium jar candle from Yankee. And what are those usually? $20, $25, and one Scentsy bar is $6. And then I let them know, but actually you can do a buy 5, get 1 free, and then your bars only cost you $5 a piece. Okay, that's how I overcome that objection every single time, every time. And I would say 8 out of 10 times people purchase because they just think Scentsy's like all the other stuff and it just costs more. They have no idea that it lasts longer, smells better, it doesn't smell like burnt crayons, right? Because some of those cheap waxes, they smell like burnt crayons. It's true. Even when the fragrance is there or after it's gone, it stinks. Like it doesn't smell. You never have that with Scentsy ever. So I think that's how I overcome that objection almost every time. The other thing you can do is offer them the opportunity to get whatever they want for free or half price with a party. That's immediately where your brain should go. Okay. So that's a big thing. And as far as warmers, as people talk about warmers being cheaper or more expensive, I say, well, look, first things first, all of our warmers have a lifetime warranty. So once you get one, you have one forever. And if anything ever goes wrong with it, Scentsy will replace it totally free for you. Okay. So I always say that. I say second thing is our warmers are made in such a great way that they don't get super hot. So they won't overheat your wax or make it lose scent too quickly. Third thing is our warmers are safe to leave on 24/7. And some of those other warmers you get at Walmart or Target, they say right on the box, don't leave on more than 4 hours. Can cause fire. Like literally, they say that on the box. So I always talk about that with my customers. And then I say, and honestly, aren't these so beautiful? Like nobody does what we do, right? Again, you always have the opportunity to offer them to get it half price or free as well by hosting their own party, okay? Anytime anyone has a money objection, a party should be the first place you go. But those very easy tools that I gave you to help people actually see how our products have incredible value for the money, and actually it is cheaper if you buy it with Scentsy because it lasts so much longer. You have to spend so much more money at Walmart or Target or Yankee or wherever to make up for what our bars last. And that's just bars, let alone all the other incredible products we have, okay? Okay, let's see what else. Fragrances give me migraines or I'm sensitive. Honestly, I just let those people go. I'm just gonna be honest with you, okay? Some people do genuinely get migraines from fragrances. That's fine. Some people don't, and they just say that because they just want an out, and that's okay too. But I just let those people go. Or I'll tell them my own real honest experience, which was that before I found Scentsy, I could never have a candle because my husband was ultra sensitive to everything, for real. I mean, I couldn't wear perfume, lotion, unscented body wash, unscented laundry detergent. I couldn't buy a candle, none of the things. And then we found Scentsy, and we have used Scentsy every day for the last 10 years, and my husband does really great with every product that we have. Are there certain fragrances that aren't great for him? Sure. And so then I say, look, I can help you find things that are maybe lighter or things that don't trigger you. So I'll say, what do you notice if you have any specific triggers? And they might say floral, or they might say vanilla, or they might say, right? And they'll tell you exactly what they don't want. And then you can help them find the things that they do want. If someone says to me that they have enough wax, I'll be like, girl, then you ain't using your warmers enough. What are we doing? For real. Okay. That's literally what I'll say. I'm like, you need to turn your warmers on, or you need to change your wax more. Like I will literally say those kinds of things. And the more playful and lighthearted about it you are, the better, because then you're not making anybody feel good, or you're not making anyone feel, bad, like they're wrong or making the wrong choices. Okay. When someone says like, Ikela, you wrote this. She said, all my friends are not tech, or excuse me, I'm not tech savvy, so I can't do what you do. Does anyone say that to you guys? Or like, I don't know about like the apps or like social media or whatever. Okay. So with this one, rather than give you a way to overcome this objection, what I actually want to do is help you not have this objection at all. And that means when someone is saying, I'm not tech savvy, so I can't do what you do, it means that the way that we're showing them that we run business is so complicated that they couldn't do it. It means we have to simplify the message we're sending to people. Okay? It means that our business is either too specific or too like authentic. So you can be so authentic that you eliminate an entire group of people from being interested in doing what you do. So you have to make sure what you do is simple and not so authentic to you that you appeal to a large audience and you appeal to the masses. So if someone is terrified of going live, make sure not all you do is going live. Make sure you do other things and you show them other ways of running your business. If someone is not great with like Canva or Photify or like whatever you guys use to edit pictures, I literally, this is me, like I don't even know what you use, and like all the cute pictures you guys have with your face and like random products on your hand, like I don't even know how to do that. Okay, I don't even know how to do that, and I'm totally fine with it. But make sure if you're doing things like that, that you also just show like a picture that you took of your warmer and not edited and like all these fun things, because people are going to look at that and they're going to think, man, I can't do that, or I don't know how to do that stuff. And everything we do sends a message to people of you can or can't do this. Everything we do shows them what consultant life looks like. And if they look at your consultant life and think it's too complicated or hard or too specific or too authentic to you, and they don't have what you have, they automatically are telling themselves they can't do what you do. So you have to make sure that it's your business and authenticity, of course, but that it's broad enough to reach the masses. Make sure you're not eliminating entire groups of people, okay? So it's not something that you overcome that objection, it's how we don't create that objection in the first place, by simplifying our business. We talked about being busy, we talked about friends, we talked about too many consultants, not being a people person, we talked about all those things. Cheaper. Okay, what about brand loyalty? When people have brand loyalty to like Tide or Dawn or Gain or Scrubbing Bubbles, when this is the case, what I actually do is sample our products out to them. I let them try it for free, or I let them borrow it. Because I think that's the only way you're gonna get someone to actually try something when they are loyal to a brand. Give them something to try. Make a sample, send it to them, and then do the follow-up. With your sample, make sure you're including instructions on how to use it so they have a great experience and they're not clueless. Like, how do I use this sprayer bottle? Or where do I use counter clean, right? How do I use this bathroom cleaner? Things like that. Because brand loyalty is real, but I do think sampling is a great way to overcome that because our products are freaking dope, okay? I think I covered almost everything. Okay. Oh, consultant loyalty is one. So when someone buys from another consultant, I'm just gonna be honest with you, I want you to let them buy from that consultant, okay? Because I want you to put yourself in the shoes of the other consultant and imagine if someone else came to your customers and was like, well, you can get it cheaper from me, or you can get it better from me, or I'm offering free shipping, or right, all these things. And then you feel like, well, dang, I didn't even get the opportunity. I want you to let them buy from that consultant and do their thing and just go find someone else. I think it's very good. And you want your customers to stay loyal to you too, right? Here's the thing. If my customers are buying from someone else, it's my fault. It's because I didn't take care of them. I didn't anticipate their needs. I didn't communicate properly. I didn't follow up like I should have. Okay. If my customers are buying from someone else, it's my fault. I somehow did not create consultant loyalty. I somehow did not create brand loyalty, and there's something for me to learn there and something for me to grow in. Also, sometimes people have friends who sell Scentsy and they should buy from their friends. It's okay. It's okay. Trust me, there are more people in the world who want what you have. You just have to go find them. People want what you have. I promise. People want what you have. Okay. I think I covered almost everything. Oh, everything I want is out of stock. How about that? I did actually have a host tell me that yesterday. We were choosing her host rewards. She was like, dang, all the things I want are out of stock. And I was like, that's okay. Just pick something else. Genuinely. That's what I said. I'm like, you know, and I said, yeah, our products are going in and out of stock. Like they change every hour because things are so hot right now. So let's just close your Friday night. She just chose other things and it wasn't really a big deal. But if it was a customer who said everything they wanted was out of stock, I would say, okay, give me your list of everything you want and I'll keep an eye on when it comes back and then I'll get it for you ASAP. You know, if someone's really adamant about, I want, I don't even know what's on the stock right now, pumpkin cinnamon swirl bar. I want 12 pumpkin cinnamon swirl bars and nothing else will do. You say, okay, give me your payment information, shipping information, all that. And as soon as it comes back into stock, I will order it for you. That's exactly what I would do with that. Okay. How do we do? Good? Did I cover all the things? Okay, let me stop the recording.